So we're going to say Pop Culture Madness, and what you play in the band?
Hi, my name is Dale Stewart, and I am the lead bass player for Seether. I also sing lead backing vocals and play lead acoustic in some songs.
Wow, busy guy. So we're here at the kickoff for Uproar Festival 2011. What are your expectations for the tour?
I think it's going to be a lot of fun. A lot of cool bands on, and it's the whole sort of festival environment. There's all kinds of little tents out there. There's just so much to do and see, and Best Buy's got a booth, and Schecter Guitars have their booth there, and so it's just fun. I'm really looking forward to it. Got a lot of friends on the tour, so I'm sure there'll be a lot of late nights, a lot of drinking, and just general behaving like an idiot.
Who has the best parties? Which band has the best parties?
I don't know. 3 Days Grace usually, they usually have their little tent set up, and they got the music, and they'll break out the grill sometimes. We like to party as well. I think we'll probably get a grill on this run, grill some wings, and have a couple of beers after the show. You got to make it fun. You got to just enjoy the tour, and bring all those things you miss from home, like your grill and that kind of stuff with you.
Is that like one of the hardest parts of being on the road for months of time, is being away from home for so long?
Yeah. Touring's fun, but you do definitely get a little bit homesick. It's the little things you miss, and living on a bus. I don't know. It's not bad. It's as far as traveling goes, it's a pretty nice way to go about it. But you do miss home, and I think mostly you miss the people. Like friends, family, loved ones. Girlfriends, wives, kids. Whatever whoever's important to you. I think that's what you miss most.
Oh, you can imagine. So can we talk a little bit about the album, Holding On to Strings, Better Left to Fray?
Very nice.
Yeah, you're right. So can we chat a bit about the album? It's a little bit different sound for Seether than the previous releases. So it was recorded in Nashville, right?
Yeah, we recorded in Nashville with Brendan O'Brien, and I think it's just I think it's a little different to the last album or the albums before, but I think it's kind of a natural evolution, of us as a band. People are always changing, and musicians are changing, and just the band changes, the dynamics within the band. And I think it's reflected on each album. I think each album's a little bit different. I'll go back and listen to one of the first albums we did. It's it's so sort of raw and teenage angsty, because we were pretty much kids when we started, and some of the songs on on the first album, Sean literally did write when he was a kid. So I think that it's right. I think each album's like a snapshot of where the band is at that point in time. So it's kind of cool. We don't want each album to sort of bleed together and sound the same. We want to.
Well, no, because then you become one of those bands that's like almost like a cookie cutter thing. You already know what to expect. Like every time.
Yeah. We don't want to be. We don't want to be like, okay, well, we had this song and it did well for us, so we need to write another song like that. We never try and do that. We just go in. We don't even carry over songs. If we have 30 or 40 songs from an album and we only end up using 12, 15, whatever it may be, we don't even look at those old songs. Those are songs from that era, whatever it is.
So do you ever think you'd do like a B-sides compilation or something, like rarities from Seether from like these different sessions?
We could probably put together a pretty mean list of B-sides. I think there's some really good songs that never ended up making it, which I'd like to release at some point. But like my iPod, my iPod's got hundreds and hundreds of Seether songs on it. It's of which only a handful made it onto albums. So it would be nice to at some point release those. I'd also like to release an album in the States which we released under the band name Sarin Gas back in South Africa. And I think releasing that would be pretty cool too, because it's got some songs on it that people wouldn't know, and some songs that were on our first American release but changed quite drastically. So I think it'd be kind of interesting for people.
Not bad. So how hard is it for you to, when you're choosing which songs get included on an album, how hard is it to narrow down that process? Does everybody have some input with that?
Yeah, it's actually really hard, because you kind of put your heart and soul into every song and try to make it as good as it can be, and then picking the ones that are going to make the cut. There's usually like I'd say maybe 8 or 10, which you're like, okay, cool, those are surefire, those have to be on there. And then it comes down to like, it's always within the last 2 or 3. That's when there'll always be the bulk of the songs which are clearly sort of standouts, but then there'll be 2 or 3 and you're like, okay, everyone has a sort of different varying opinion. So we'll all make a list, us as the band, what we'd like to see on there, and then management says, well, we think this, and the label says, well, what about that? And then we kind of come to a compromise. So it's but it can be kind of hard though to it's more like picking the songs that I'm going to make. It's like mother bird throwing eggs out of the nest. I like them all.
It's like going through the children.
Yeah.
So, with the singles, do you know when writing, generally, kind of even get a feeling when putting together which songs are going to perform the best, or this one's definitely going to stand out as a single? Sometimes you'll be working on a song, and like our current single, Tonight, that one, from the get-go, I just had a really good feeling about it. The song was great. It's been one of my favorites, since the beginning. But it's not always the case, though. We've had, even a song like Country Song, it was so different, and we liked it, but we didn't know that it would necessarily be a single or be a good single. Yeah, I was going to ask if you were surprised at all that one took off as well as it did. I mean, it's an awesome song.
Yeah.
And the video looks like you guys had a lot of fun.
Yeah, it was fun, except for the car with me, so the 2 sides were too small. But no, it was fun. But yeah, I mean, a song like that, it's always it's kind of a gamble, to release a song like that, because I mean, it's definitely not what people were expecting. Oh, have you seen the song? It's I'm sure it's the last thing on people's minds. So
like 3 minutes ago.
So yeah, but by the same token, we don't want to be the band who once again does the same thing over and over, and we want to be a little different. We kind of enjoyed the fact that the song really kind of stood out on radio. Like, what is that? Why? Just the rock station. And then when it kicks in, obviously
it was, and I almost didn't believe that it was Seether, honestly, the first time that I heard it, but then it was, that little underlying aggression is still there to make it your own, I think.
Yeah, I think a lot of people are very confused until the chorus kicks, and then they're like, oh, okay, that sounds like Seether now.
So where are you hoping that, I guess, the direction of the band goes from here? Or do you guys just kind of play it by ear, just whatever you're feeling at the time?
Yeah, we don't really set out with any sort of preconceived notions or ideas or anything in mind. We just kind of take it as it comes. I think if anything, our goal is just to still be doing this in 10 or 20 years. As long as people keep coming to the shows and buying CDs and like what we do, we'll keep doing it. And I mean, where it takes us, I mean, we don't really know. Even like making an album, we don't set out, okay, we need to make an album that's going to sound like this or like that. We just write songs, as many songs as we can, and even we're surprised sometimes, like, well, okay, we didn't think it would sound like that, or it would be this kind of album, but we just write the songs and make them as good as we can, and put those on the album. So it's I don't know. I
I guess it's, you know, the path of Seether is dictated by, not really by us, but, you know, just a whole bunch of sort of factors that, you know, but it's not like a conscious, it's not like a conscious thing we're aiming for, we're trying to be, you know, we're just in a band, we like to drink, we play music, that's what we do.
You love what you do, that's good. So, you know, to wrap things up with you, Uproar just started, obviously, so where is, you know, it's the fall and winter going to take the band?
After Uproar, we're actually going to take a little bit of a break, like through November, and then we're actually going to finish the year off in South Africa. There's a big festival show down there that we're going to play on the 16th of December. So that's going to be really cool. I'm going to stay on through Christmas and New Year in South Africa. I think the rest of the guys are coming back. Sean will probably stay too, you know, with family. But yeah, stay on through New Year. I get to take my girlfriend out there, she's never been. So it's going to be fun. And then come back in the new year, and I'm still not exactly sure, but we've been talking about maybe going to Europe and playing over there. Possibly doing some USO stuff next year again, because, you know, we really enjoy that. And yeah, just a whole bunch of touring. It's what we do, you know, road dogs. So it's what we do best.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for taking the time out to speak with me, and definitely enjoy the time spent on Uproar. We're looking forward to seeing the set tonight.
Okay, thanks a lot.
Thanks.